Welcome to Sounds Heavenly. Now this channel, as you will know, is all about Bang & Olufsen, so what on earth are we doing here at London St Pancras International Station by the statue of John Betjeman? Well, as you probably gather, I'm just about to start quite an epic European rail journey to find out something that a lot of people ask me on this channel, and that is, what inspires the design of Bang & Olufsen speakers? And where is that design heading next? Well, we've reached the end of our journey and we're not in Denmark. So I would like to welcome you to Cologne in Germany. And the reason that we're here is that this is the home of Noto Design, the Cologne-based design agency who for the last 10 years have been the inspiration behind many of Bang & Olufsen's loudspeaker designs, including BLab 90, BLab 50, BLab 28 and the new Beer Sound Theatre. So let's go and have a chat to them, shall we? Let's go and find out what inspires B&O's design and where that design is likely to be going in the coming years. Here we are at our destination. Hello, André.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Welcome to Noto.
Thank you. Good to see you.
So, welcome to Noto Design. Today we want to give you a little bit of insights of our work with B&O. So please come in.
Wow, this is incredible.
In the last 10 years, we were able to do one of the most powerful and also, most impactful products for B&O. So this story is about the Beer Sound Theatre, it's about the BLab 28, about the BLab 50, and of course about the BLab 90. So, and we would like to explain you a little bit, or to show you a little bit, what's our intention behind all of these designs.
So at first sight, there are quite a lot of differences in these products. What links them together?
What links them together is that, all of them, they start from a geometric origin. That's something which is part of a core identity of B&O, so that there is a certain kind of simplicity, and geometry also make them kind of timeless.
So how do you use design to integrate these products into a home to make them fit in different environments?
Yeah, what we have to do when we talk about stage products are a few things. So on the one hand, of course, we will use materials which are used in interior situations. So the wooden parts, for example, make them much more interior-like. But on the other hand, it's important that we reduce the impact, that we reduce the weight these massive speakers bring into your home. So we have a kind of slender format, which is very important for B&O, but also if we have massive speakers like BLab 50, it's our job to hide the volume and to make them appear as light as possible.
So for BLab 28, how do you see that fitting into Bang & Olufsen's line of products?
There's a long tradition with column speakers at B&O, and when we were asked to do that kind of speaker, which should have been the first column speaker with a powerful bass volume, we were also thinking about how can we get this in a structure. And everybody of you knows, for example, the BLab 8000s, which is standing on a pinpoint, is exactly also to take their weight from the floor. And it was our goal to find a new interpretation of how we can make something floating. And what we did here is that it's really floating. Yeah. So it is. The whole structure is hanging on a skeleton on the backside of the product, and when you look at it from a certain angle, you can't see any connection to the bottom piece at all.
So Bang Olufsen have always had a little bit of magic in their products about the way that they function. How do you incorporate that into your design of the speakers?
When you look at B&O history, you can see a lot of magic motions in the product, and when you observe people, you know, interacting with B&O products, is mostly the mechanical movements which make them really smile. And so we decided for BeLab 28 to integrate something like that, so that you really set the scene for enjoying your music. There are some similarities when you look at the approach with BeLab 28 and the approach with BeLab 50, because we also wanted to hide the complexity of an acoustical lens when the piece is off, so that it is as humble, as calm as possible when it is in off mode, and then having this magic starting sequence when you're ready to enjoy your music.
How do you see the design of BeLab 28 and 50 linking to the new BSound Theatre?
So of course what you see is that there are some connections in shape. So as mentioned before, it's always our goal to lift the volume from the floor, and when you look at the theater cross section, you can realize, you know, that there's somehow a BeLab 28 in this corner, and the same with 50s, which is also that sphere ball shape in the bottom.
So what are the timescales from a first idea to a finished product, and how do you go along that process? What do you do?
Yes, if you look at theater, for example, this is, you can roughly calculate it's 1.5 to 2 years from first sketch to launch of the product. And what's important in that process is that you have a strong idea, a strong gesture you start with. This could be either a movement or the floating appearance of BeLab 28. For theater, it was that keel-like idea, which, you know, is mirrored somehow in the center, and we will place the TV on half of the theater, so that we hide most of the volume behind the TV itself. You can see here that there's kind of a backpack attached to theater to make all these drivers and electronics fit into this product. And when I talk about drivers and electronics, you can already feel like that it is not only a gesture, not only a sketch, it's also hard work, you know, and a long work to fill in all these components and to consider all the constraints you have in an implementation.